What's up, YouTube? Apocalyptic P here, and we have another video for you. So, just going to go over some of my recent pickups with you today. Mostly comic books, but I did pick up a few figures that we'll go to at the end. Check those out. Pretty cool story, too, actually, with one of the ones I picked up. We'll get into. But first, let's kind of look through the comic books. We'll start with just kind of the basic books, and I have a couple decent books here, some bigger ones we'll get to here at the end. But see, first off here, I grabbed, this is a Joker one. That's a store exclusive, but by John Boy, I believe. Comics Elite exclusive, I believe. I grabbed, so haven't read it, but this is Vampire State Building. Got it pretty cheap, #1. So with the big boom of Something's Killing the Children and some of the other indie stories, kind of picking up first issues of books on the cheap might not be a bad idea. Also, this one, same deal. This is we only find them when they're dead. Issue 1. Grabbed that pretty cheap. Picked up crossover issue 6. This is like 1 in 5 or 1 in 10 incentive cover. So I got that. Speaking of Something's Killing Children, this is a pack. I got, I think, 8 copies of this, issue 11, the variant cover. This is just the standard, but I got 8 covers of that. Again, it was a bundle. It's actually pretty cheap, surprisingly. So, figure what the heck. Let's see, some other kind of basic pickups. 108. First Miracle Molly. I mean, everybody had that book. And we got Department of Truth. This is #1, the 4th printing. I got one to go alongside this one here. I'll show you in a minute. So kind of a spec book here, I guess. It's Hulk 40 or Mortal Hulk #1. It's the first appearance of the Green Door. So grab that. I got 2 of the Joker 3 cover A's. What's cool about this cover is it kind of reminds me of when the Batman '89 movie was out when I was young. I had a Joker poster in my room, and it was him sitting on like a beach chair at the beach, and this kind of reminds me of that poster. So it's kind of neat. Cover A, but I do like the cover B a lot better. That's issue 3, the cover B. Grab 2 of those. So that's a cool cover. And then I got this is, what is, I think, a David Finch cover, maybe? To it, cover. That's still a pretty cool cover there, too. So issue 3 had lots of cool covers. Noctera, issue 3. So we'll hear a lot of good stuff about this. I have the first 3 issues just behind on reading it. And grabbed issue 2. This is the Tyler Cookham cover for issue 2. And this cover I thought was pretty cool for Ice Cream Man. Grab that. Let's see, last book of kind of the basic. This Geiger #2 picked up. Read the first issue, really liked it, so hopefully it continues with that. Now on to some bigger books. So again, with the whole kind of independent books, this is Once and Future #1. Grab that just to have a copy. Heard a lot of good things about that story too. Sounds pretty good. So this I got actually pretty cheap. I just really liked the cover. Never picked up when it first came out. This is that Momoko Spider-Man cover, but I just kind of like the colors of it. So I got it actually pretty cheap. So back to Miracle Molly. This is KRS Comics exclusive. So out of all the exclusives, I kind of like this one the best. So I went with this one. I like these. I had one for Punchline, the Catwoman, a couple other ones. They're like this magazine style cover. But that's KRS Comics. Recently, one of my local shops, there's an artist there, Gus Mauk. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he did this cover, which I do dig. And he signed it there, so I picked that up. And he also worked on this one too. Got that signed. So it's always, nice to support kind of semi-local artist stuff. So I got a bundle online, and it basically was Berserker 2, that cover, 2 foil covers, and the 2 regular covers. But the main thing in the bundle that came with that was a copy of Something's Killing Children, #1, the free 8th print, which I did not get a chance to grab. So that bundle was pretty much bought for that book, but I'll take a couple of these covers. So not bad there. I know in some bigger books, grabbed the 1 in 25 Federici for Joker 1, and I grabbed the 1 in 25 for Joker 3. So I have actually all the 1 in 25s for 1, 2, and 3 currently. To go with the 4th printing, I grabbed a copy of the 1st printing, Department of Truth. 1st printing there. So I missed on this book when it first came out, so I'm kind of going back and pick up some issues of that. So let's check out second appearance of Hobgoblin. Spider-Man 239. Grab this newsstand copy. So I have his first appearance. Goes good with that. And then Department of Truth again. So this is issue 7, I believe. This is the Eminem Slim Shady CD cover issue there. There's 2 versions of this. This was kind of colored, and there's like more like a black and white version of it. I like this one better. But I don't really know why this book isn't more popular. I think that with all the hip-hop variants kind of blown up in the last 6 months or so, this one here, which is, Eminem's big debut CD, would have kind of got more traction. But gonna hold on to that. Hopefully that kind of picks up some steam. A book I've never owned that I've always kind of wanted. Superman 233. So, a funny story on this cover. It's a pretty iconic Superman cover, and if you can kind of one of those things where once you see it, you don't unsee it, and until the artist actually pointed out that he said that this is one of his covers that he kind of is unhappy with, and he said because if you look at his leg here, he had to kind of fit him standing around the wording down here, so he kind of extended his leg right here to kind of curve around that, so it's very unproportional. And he said that kind of just always annoyed him. And I never really saw it until he pointed that out. Now, like when you look at the cover, that's all I see is that wonky kind of leg sticking out there on the side. But again, just pretty kind of iconic cover. Always wanted to have one, so finally got one. One of the probably biggest books I picked up recently. Got myself a copy of Berserker #1 third printing. Able to get it for cover price too. So super lucky that I had it pre-ordered and my shop got enough in to fill my order. So super stoked about that. I do think this is the kind of one to kind of get, which the first issue. I mean, first and second printings had multiple copies. This, I should say, printings. This one had, I think, still a big print run, 10,000 or so print run. So still is kind of big, but the least of all the printings. So this is going to be the one to kind of grab and have for Berserker #1. This I also picked up. This is a slab here. So this is 9.6. This is the foil edition. So the kind of the local comic shop edition. And 9.6. And again, got this really good deal. So kind of couldn't pass it up. And hey, hope it was or I should say wish it was the actual first printing, but I'll take this for what I paid. So that's the books. And so let's check on some, like I said, picked up some figures too recently. So I'm really digging the Mcfarlane Multiverse line. And this is the Target exclusive. So that's Wonder Woman with Dr. Fate mask. From The Last Night on Earth. Is that what it is? I think. The Capullo and Snyder story. Like I said, that's a Target, I think, exclusive too for that one. I got both versions of this. This is the Todd McFarlane designed Batman, so this isn't from a story. This is just McFarlane's kind of take on a Batman. Really cool. There's this one in black, and I also have one back there. The other one is like in a blue. So there's two versions of it, but you can see McFarlane's goodness in the design all over it there. So that, and this is also another, I think, Target exclusive, I believe. This is the Batman from the Batman White Knight. This was just a cover image. I believe it was a cover to one of the issues where he was kind of like drawn in like a red kind of hue. So this is why he's kind of like red version of it there. So pick that up. And I had a pretty good wrestling haul from my local Walmart a couple weeks ago. So I went in, I found this Chase version of Edge. So it's the Chase edition. So I grabbed him. And then they had a whole series of AEW Series 3 there. And my Walmart gets 0 figures in really ever. But for some reason, they do get AEWs in more than I'm surprised they do. But they only had one probably in the last like 2 months. And it's an Io Shirai, just been hanging there. No one's picking it up. So I got there and I saw that there's a full peg of figures. So I was able to get Darby Allin, which is definitely one I wanted to grab from that series. So I was pumped about that. And Orange Cassidy. So the second one I wanted from Series 3. So the big story with these is as I was kind of looking through them, I saw the Io Shirai hanging there. I was like, oh, there's that one. It's been there forever. Looking through, grabbed those two, grabbed the Edge, and I kind of noticed that there's another Io Shirai in the back, and I was like, oh, that's, there's two there. And then I caught the kind of glimpse of the cover, and I could see, you know, a sticker on it, and she's actually one of the Chase in the line. She's the Chase. She's the 1 in 1,000, and I looked, and there it was. It was the 1 in 1,000 edition Chase version. Couldn't believe it was hanging there, so I grabbed it. I figured, hey, I can take it home, and I'll probably get decent amount for it. You know, right away. I put it online. I mean, if it was somebody different, I probably would have kept it, but not a big fan of hers, really. So, hey, I'll take it and make the money. Sold it within 2 days. Made a heck of a deal on it. But probably never going to find one of those again in the wild. You know, was probably my one and only time. But it's pretty neat to actually see one of those 1 in 1,000 out there. So I don't have it here to show you because it's already gone. Sold it. But kind of pumped to actually find one and get that. So that's the haul. Thanks for kind of checking out the video. If you stuck around this long through the whole thing, thanks for, you know, sticking around. Hit the thumbs up if you care to, and, you know, leave a comment if anything you have to say. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Thanks.